Hi everybody. I hope you are all having a wonderful summer. My name is Christine and I am a librarian at Laurelton Library. As you know, this summer's theme for summer reading is Imagine Your Story. So today what we're going to do is draw from our imaginations from books that we are reading. A lot of times you may notice as you are reading, images come into your mind of what a character might look like or what a place or a setting might look like in the book, and that's usually comes from narration. All you need for this fun activity is your imagination, your current summer read, some color pencils or pens if you're feeling super ambitious, paint, and paper. So let's begin. I am going to use colorful markers that I have used for this piece right here that you see, and heavyweight paper as well. And the summer read I have chosen is In Other Lands by Sarah Rees Brennan. And here is the piece that I have drawn. It is based on the opening of the book, or rather close to the opening of the book, when the main character, Elliot, first arrives to the Other Lands, a mystical place where he has accepted a scholarship. It's a place with warriors and mermaids, and he meets new friends. It's a place that's completely different than his usual ho-hum life on the other side, in the other realm. So what I have done is created this picture, this scene of when he first walks in to the land. In the book, the narrator describes the place as very grassy, and on one side are buildings and low-lying buildings and tents and a wall that is so tall that it goes above the clouds. So what I have done is drawn the wall to start in the middle and go all the way up on the top, to the top, like this. And have the hill meet where the wall is in the middle and go all the way down, like so. And then go all the way down. I could show you on a fresh sheet of paper, okay? Okay, so what happens is we start in the middle, and you work your way down. This is also a lesson in perspective drawing as well. And you can go all the way down this side. And then, that's the hill. That's the grassy hill. And the wall starts going down and up. Like that, okay? Now, as mentioned earlier, the wall and the grassy land goes high above the clouds, as you can see here. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some clouds just below the hill, or at the top of the hill. And then we can add some clouds here above the wall, and maybe another one way up here in the distance. Okay? So, now, as you can also see, there is a glowing light, or rather a hole, where the young students who enter this new realm come from. They come from the other side of the realm and into this realm through this particular hole. So what I did is I drew strobes of yellow going all around in circles like this. One big circle with the different strobes of light. And now you're ready to do the silhouette in front of the strobe. Now, one of the great things about art is that you can take from it your own imagination as an interpretation of what you picture something new in the scene to be that isn't there by the narrator. Are you confused? Okay. In other words, even though the narrator in Other Lands didn't speak of a silhouette going through the bright hole, I imagine in my mind Elliot coming through the hole as a silhouette, like as he's going from one world to the other world, he is in a silhouette. So what I'm going to do is draw just like the outline of his shape, like his hair, make his head, and then his body. And since the bright light in the hole is such a light color, I'm using a dark color for his figure, because that way he's backlit. Okay, that's what they call it. It's backlit, where maybe if you've seen a friend walking down the street and it's a real sunny day and you can't really make their facial features out, but you know it's done by the shape. That's exactly what backlit is. Okay, so now that we're doing that, done with that, let's go over the buildings. Okay, so it's described in the book as low round buildings and tents. So what we're going to do here is make a building there and kind of almost like a cylinder. Just draw around there like that. Okay? And if you want to add more of a three-dimensional look, you can add windows up around here, and just be sure to follow the shape of it or the line of it. And you can make a shadow on this side of the building and then going down here. And when you're doing shadows, there's a couple things to remember. First, always make sure that the color of the shadow is either a different shade of like a different shade that is darker than the shade you have made. Like for example here, I'm using like a dark green, which also goes with the color of the grass, and it's darker than the building. and the color of the light purple of the building. Also, remember to make sure your shadows are all on one side of the structure or whatever object it is that you want to add shadows to. That way, it looks as though there is light that's coming from one angle, whether it's the sun or the moon, or in some cases, the evening. So here, in this other land, I've created shadows on the tents, the cabins, and the little buildings, okay? Now, for the shading, the coloring of the grass. What you can do is, with a marker or whichever tool you're working with, just in small streaks, move along the grass or the shape of the grass. You want to use small streaks because that accentuates the blades of grass. You're not going to draw every single line of grass. That's just not possible. But what you can do is draw the shape of it through small lines. And the same can be said for drawing the wall, for shading the wall, coloring it. You kind of go like this in small like dots, and that can make the stones. Also, what helps in keeping up with the direction is imagining with your marker, you are running your marker with your hand against the surface of either grass or the wall or any shape you're trying to create or any object you're trying to create through coloring. And there you have it. You're done. This is what it looks like. Okay? And this technique can be used with anything that you're drawing. It is a wonderful way to tap into your creativity as well as really dig into what you're reading. I highly recommend it as a fun thing to do this summer. I hope you have a wonderful summer. Thank you so much for coming, and have a good day and enjoy reading. Bye.